Shut your fucking ass up and wait your turn, mate. Hey,
little bum Petty.
hey,
Little-
Darren stepped away. He ran away from the game, and he got fat.
And now you've come to my game. This is
Hey,
my show. Me.
Welcome back to the Basement Breakdown. It's been a little bit. By a little bit, I mean a couple days. Unfortunately, I got food poisoning after UFC 318. I decided to go out with some of my friends. I had a fun night. I made some bad choices as far as what to eat late night on my way back home, and I regretted that decision for the last 4 days. So yeah, I lost some weight, but we're back, guys. My competition for powerlifting is in like almost 10 days, so it's not ideal, but the worst is over. We took that parasite in my stomach to a split decision. Let's go. Yeah, I felt like it was fitting to put my face on this Angela Hill post. Obviously, she's mimicking McGregor. I thought it was pretty funny, but I miss you guys. I'm excited for this week's fight night in Abu Dhabi. It's a very stacked card, as all the ones in Abu Dhabi seem to be. Whittaker versus René de Ridder. It should be a fun night of fights. Before we talk about that, we have a couple things to address, so we'll get to it. Basement Breakdown's back. All right, guys. Dana White has announced some fights. First we're going to talk about is Ciryl Gane versus Tom Aspinall. A lot of fights that have been announced didn't necessarily catch us MMA fans, UFC fans, whatever, off guard. Like, kind of knew this was coming. Tom Aspinall takes on Ciryl Gane at UFC 320. This should be a good time. I think that Ciryl Gane is good technically. I favor Tom Aspinall in this matchup. It's a little unfortunate that Ciryl Gane gets to get a title shot off of a robbery against Volkov, and then Dana White tells Volkov in the back, like, we're gonna write this, and then he puts him up against Jolton Almeida. But yeah, that is the first fight announcement that I want to talk about. I obviously favor Tom Aspinall in this matchup. I'm happy to see some movement in the division, and overall, like, it does get me very excited. So let's go, guys. All right, guys, our next fight announcement is Yuri Prochazka versus Khalil Roundtree. Khalil Rountree's coming off of that win to Jamal Hill, and Yuri Prochazka is also coming off of a win to Jamal Hill. Yeah, for Khalil's fight against Jamal Hill, I predicted that Khalil Roundtree would win. Yeah, this is a really fun fight at UFC 320. I'm very excited. I thought perhaps they would have matched up Yuri Prochazka with Carlos Ulberg after he beat Jan Blachowicz. I thought that might happen, but we get a more exciting fight. I think that arguably maybe Jan beat Carlos Ulberg. Maybe that's why. Maybe some of the controversy behind that fight. Nevertheless, we get Yuri Prochazka versus our boy Khalil Roundtree. I think it's going to be a really good fight, and I'm really excited to see that. I guess I didn't expect that one as much as some of the other ones that we'll talk about. So this is a fun fight, and I'm interested to know what you guys think about it. All right, guys. Our next fight also takes place at UFC 320. It is Merab Dvalishvili versus Corey Sandhagen. Another fight that we could have predicted would just get announced. It was only a matter of time. I do like this fight. I think it's the natural next step. I would say to this matchup, Umar fought Corey Sandhagen. While it was a very good fight and Corey showed good takedown defense, he didn't get finished. He did lose to Umar, and while Merab had a very close contested fight with Umar, I think Umar took the first 2 rounds. Merab won the last 3. And the second round was also close. So, I mean, Corey Sandhagen's very talented, but he's lost to guys like Petr Yan. He showed out his last time against Davison Figueiredo in a matchup where I picked him. I do like this fight. It will be interesting. I like Merab's activity. I like that it's really fun to just see him be very active. And yeah, what really else can I say? Again, also interested to hear what you guys think about this matchup. We all knew it was coming, but it's some of these cards are shaping up nicely, which is getting me excited. And yeah, I'm sure we're only going to get more fight announcements, but we do have one more to go. All right, for our last fight announcement that Dana White gave us, we have Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira in the rematch at UFC 320 for the main event. These two last faced off at UFC 313. Magomed beat Alex Pereira by unanimous decision. In my UFC 313 prediction video, I picked Magomed Ankalaev by decision. It was a very close contested fight. Alex Pereira utilized his leg kicks. A couple changes and Alex could have, won the fight. But I did think Magomed won. He was pushing the pace. He had Alex on the back foot, which was not something that we're used to seeing. But this is kind of what I thought would happen to some extent. Now, Dana White did all but confirm that this would be the next step in the post-fight press conference at UFC 313. Like, it was a very close fight. Like, naturally, you do the rematch. I'm excited to see it. I'm sure you guys are happy as well. And, yeah, I could just imagine, like, if Alex Pereira were to beat, if he were to beat Magomed Ankalaev, and after Tom Aspinall disposes of Cyril Gane, then you bring Alex Pereira up to heavyweight, maybe, to make the heavyweight division interesting, and then you match him up in a super fight against Tom Aspinall at the White House instead of John Jones. I don't know. I like that idea, guys, but that was the last fight announcement. We're going to talk about UFC Fight Night in Abu Dhabi, Robert Whittaker versus Reinier de Ridder, but I like the way that Rampage says it better. All right, guys, let's do it.
You say wiener or something.
No,
Yeah, what are you
no.
gonna say? But try your hardest to be respectful. and
Yeah, I
professional.
see it. Now I know what you said. It's Reiner D. Ryder.
Oh my God.
Wiener D. Ryder.
Oh my God.
How you say his name?
All right, guys, we have Reinier de Ridder versus Robert Whittaker, UFC Abu Dhabi on ABC. Wait, something just popped up on my feed. Okay, it seems that Cody Brundage, that loss to Mansour Abdul Malik back in June at UFC Atlanta, that was overturned by the Georgia Commission to a majority draw. We picked Mansour Abdul Malik in that fight. Does that mean that pick is no longer valid? Wow, I don't know, I just read that. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, guys, UFC Abu Dhabi 2025, Robert Whittaker, the Reaper, versus RDR, the former Championship 1 middleweight champion. I'm excited for this card. Let's get into it. For our first fight of the night, we have Martin Buday against Marcus Buchecha. Marcus Buchecha has no profile picture. Yeah, Martin Buday, his last fight out, he fought Yuran Saltabayev. I'm butchering that. But to be fair, I've watched a couple of his fights, and for one of the bigger guys, he's not bad. He has wins against Andrei Arlovsky in a split decision that was very close. And then that, I think he lost he lost to Shamil Gaziev. I believe that was his only loss in the UFC. Yeah, to Shamil Gaziev, the GOAT, guys. I feel like Martin Buday probably will beat Marcus. Yeah, I don't know much about Marcus, but he fought in a grappling match in November in 2024. He's fought in Championship 1. This is late notice. Yeah, Martin Buday is going to knock him out in the first round. So we're going to go with a first round knockout from Martin Buday. I would be surprised if this one went any other way. So first round from Martin Buday. Let's go, guys. All right, our next fight is Muhammad Yahya versus Stephen Nguyen. Yeah, Muhammad Yahya, he has fights against Trevor Peek and Cal Fernandez. He's lost both of them. To Trevor Peek, he lost a unanimous decision. And to Cal Fernandez, yeah, he got KO'd in the first round. Steven had some success on the Dana White's Contender Series. Seems like it took him a bit to get to the UFC. When he finally did, he fought Jarner Aarons in a unanimous decision loss. To be fair, like, I feel like I'm more inclined to pick Steven He's got the height. He's got the reach. He's got some wins. Yeah, I think the Ninja could probably get it done over Muhammad Yahya. So we're going to go with a Stephen Nguyen. It looks like he has some. He KO'd AJ Cunningham on the Contender Series. I mean, I could see this going to a decision. We're going to go with a Stephen Nguyen decision. Maybe there'll be a finish, but yeah, we're going to go with Stephen by unanimous decision, guys. We move up the card. Our next matchup, we have Ibo Aslan versus Billy Alankena. Ibo's last time out, he fought against, was it Ion Cutleba, I believe? Yeah, where he got submitted in the first round. I don't believe I trusted Ion that fight, so I bet against him. I think that was the UFC Seattle Cejudo versus Song. I believe I didn't pick Cutleba. But yeah, Ibo Aslan before that, he beat Rafael Kakera, Anton Turkalj, my bad. Sometimes I'm a little bad with the names. But yeah, he goes up against Billy Elkana, who's very tall, 6'3". But I guess for the division, he's not insanely tall. His last time out, he fought against Bogdan Guskov, who's also on this card. He lost via submission, via guillotine. If Ibo Aslan's gonna win this fight, it's gonna be by knockout. Billy was able to get a takedown off on Bogdan Guskov. This kind of worries me a little bit for Ibo Aslan, just because I don't know if his ground game's that great. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ibo Aslan to get this done via KO. I could see perhaps the money maybe in Billy Elkana submission, so I could see why someone would take that. But I'm gonna go with an Ibo Aslan KO. Yeah. We move up the card, guys. Sorry if I sound a little tired. Also, it's been a long week so far. In our next matchup, we have Amanda Ribas versus Tabitha Ritchie. This is in the 115-pound strawweight division. Amanda Ribas' last time out, she fought Mackenzie Dern, where she got submitted via armbar. Before that, she lost a unanimous decision to Rose. Yeah, Tabitha, she fought Zhang Yaonan last time out, where she lost a unanimous decision. Before that, she beat Angela Hill, Tisha Pennington. She lost to Lupi Godinez in a split decision. I kind of rate Lupi. Before that, she was on a nice win streak. She did lose to Manon Fiorot in her first fight in the UFC, it looks like. I would expect Tabitha Ritchie to be able to get this done. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Tabitha Ritchie's looked better as of late. They've both been faced up against skilled opponents. I mean, Yao Xiaonan fought for a title not long ago. I'm going to go with Tabitha Ritchie by unanimous decision. I worry perhaps for the takedowns. Amanda Ribas does have a significant, well, not significant. She's got about 3 inches of height on Tabitha. I'm still inclined to go with Tabitha, I think. It just seems that Amanda is able to get her takedowns off, but I feel like Tabitha is also good on the ground as well. If she gets hurt, she has the ability to take it to the ground. Yeah, we're going to go with a Tabitha Ritchie unanimous decision. We move up the card. Our next fight takes place in the bantamweight division. Damon Blackshear goes up against Davey Grant, guys. Damon Blackshear is coming off a win against Alaton Gelly. Before that, Cody Gibson, and before that, Cody Stamon. So he's riding a 3-fight win streak. Most of his wins come by submission. He also has a couple decisions. Not really much of a power puncher from what I've seen from him. But he goes up against Davey Grant. Davey Grant, I mean, he's got some KOs, some power in his hands. He's a bit older, which is kind of what worries me a little bit. His last fight out, he fought Ramon Tavares, where he won a unanimous decision. He lost a split decision to Daniel Marcos in a very close fight. Woo! Before that, he beat Rafael Sion. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm kind of rethinking myself here. And then he fought Louis Smolka. These are good opponents. He's fought Marlon Vera twice. He beat Jonathan Martinez back in 2021. He hasn't fought in quite a while. The last time he fought was December 14th of 2024. I feel like Damon Blackshear is going to be able to win this fight. I feel like he will be potentially, I worry for because of Davey Grant's knockout power, but I feel like Damon Blackshear will win a decision or submit him. I'm going to go with the Damon Blackshear second round submission over Davey Grant. Hopefully I'm right. We'll see. We move up the card, guys. For our next fight, we have Muslim Sahilikov versus Carlos Leal, guys. So Muslim's coming off of that fight versus Song Kanan, where he won via KO, TKO. He also, he's coming off of, before that, a split decision win against Santiago Ponzinibbio. Before that, he lost to Randy Brown. And before that, Nicholas Dalby. Carlos Leal's fought Alex Morono. And then before that, he fought Renat. And that fight took place in Abu Dhabi, I believe. And I thought that Carlos Leal could have won that fight. Perhaps, I remember being a close fight, but the unanimous decision, I don't know, that didn't feel right at the time. Renat's a very skilled opponent. Muslim Sahilikov is kind of old. I'm not saying he couldn't get it done. I feel like Carlos Leal has limited experience in the UFC, but Renat for a first fight is pretty big. Alex Morono's most recent loss is to Carlos Leal, and he's just been losing towards the end of his career. So I don't know how much stock I put in that, but he was able to finish Alex Morono, a guy who's can take some punches. And Alex Morono he hung in there and threw some of his own, but I think that I'm going to go with a Carlos Leal KO against Muslim Sahilikov. I worry about it going to the decision and then him perhaps getting robbed, but we're going to go with a Carlos Leal KO so that doesn't happen, guys. We move up the card. For our next fight, we have Bryce Mitchell, aka Thug Nasty, going up against Said Nurmagomedov in his debut in bantamweight. Bryce Mitchell's coming off of that loss to Gene Silva. I predicted Gene Silva would take care of Bryce Mitchell. Before that, Bryce Mitchell beat Kron Gracie. Before that, Bryce Mitchell got viciously knocked out by Josh Emmett. So he's taken a beating as of late. That Josh Emmett knockout and then that Gene Silva knockout was pretty bad too. He goes up against Said Nurmagomedov. Said's last time out, he fought against Vinicius Oliveira. That age as well. Vinicius looked good his last time out. Hasn't lost in the UFC. Just beat Kyler Phillips, a guy who I picked stupidly. Unanimous decision. Oh my God. This is kind of tough. I am going to go against Bryce Mitchell on this one. I think he's going to lose to Said Nurmagomedov. Bryce has good jiu-jitsu. He's good on the ground. I just worry for the stand-up. I don't know how he's going to look or if he's going to be scared after what happened. I don't feel like I could pick Bryce Mitchell in this matchup. I'm going to go with a Said Nurmagomedov decision win over Bryce Mitchell, guys. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I think Bryce Mitchell's been having fun, so it seems on the during the fight week. I think he was he got naked in a changing room that he didn't know wasn't a changing room, and I'm not sure what happened, but I can't pick him. We're going with Said Nurmagomedov via unanimous decision over Bryce Mitchell. We move up the card, guys. It sucks that this. Well, it doesn't suck because I get to watch it for free, but it's for anyone who wants to go to a UFC fight night, like the dichotomy between like what they put on in Abu Dhabi and then what they're gonna put on like the weekend after, like UFC fight night, Amir Albazi versus Taiso Taira, like it's just like, anyways. I mean, I'd love to live in Abu Dhabi and just be able to go to these beautiful cards. But yeah, yeah, we're on the main card, guys. Mosvar was supposed to fight Aaron Pico. That didn't happen. Asu Amabayev was supposed to fight Razmabek Tamirov. That didn't happen. Our first fight of the evening is in the light heavyweight division. Nikita Krylov goes up against Bogdan Guskov. Nikita Krylov is coming off of a loss to Dominic Reyes in a fight where I picked him at UFC 314. He was coming off a long layoff, and yeah, he got knocked out in the first round. Didn't look very good, but before, like, Nikita Krylov has some good wins. There was a time when he was perhaps a win or two away from, you know, getting a title shot. He was a guy that hadn't fought, but I don't really think that's going to be the case now. He goes up against Bogdan Guskov. Bogdan's last time out, he fought Billy Alakena, who's fighting on the prelims of this card. Before that, he beat Ryan Spann. Before that, he fought Zach Poga. And before that, he fought Volkan Ozdemir, where he got submitted. Volkan has a loss to Nikita Krylov back in 2022. We are 3 years removed from that. Yeah, I worry for Nikita Krylov. His last win comes of in March 11th, 2023 against Ryan Spann. Before that, he beat Volkan in 2022. I feel like Bogdan Guskov will have an answer for Nikita Krylov. I do really like Nikita Krylov as a fighter. Like, super fun. Again, like, has some good wins. Like, could have been a fight or two away from a title at a point. But I think Bogdan will probably have the tools for him. Prove me wrong. I feel like, obviously, Krylov has, like, better wins, and Guskov's like pretty new to the UFC, so this could, you know, maybe not go his way, but yeah, I am gonna go with Bogdan. I think it'll perhaps be a unanimous decision. Maybe Krylov won't get knocked out. I think maybe he could get submitted, but we'll see. Anyways, we move up the card, guys. We have Asu Amabayev versus Jose Ochoa. Oh, Jose Ochoa. His last time out, he beat Cody Durden. I picked him against Cody Durden, and I was very happy to. Before that, he lost to Loner Kavanaugh in a very close decision. You could argue he could be 2-0 in the UFC, but he goes up against Asu Amabayev, whose last time out, he fought, I think it was Manel Kape. I predicted that Manel Kape would knock out Asu Amabayev in the third round. What I didn't predict was the eye pokes leading up to it. You can go and check. That was one of my first videos on my channel, I think. This is short notice. I mean, Asu didn't really look too good on the feet against Manel Kape last time. But Manel's very fast, and he's like a top fighter. I mean, Jose Ochoa came off of that Cody Durden win, which is a nice win. I think Jose has like I think he has the potential to shock some people and potentially knock out Asu Amabayev. So if I were to perhaps take like an underdog, then I would maybe go for an Jose Ochoa knockout. I think I'm probably going to go with an Asu Amabayev decision because this is late notice. I feel like Asu Amabayev is better trained and he'll be a lot smarter this fight. I think he'll be winning it by a decision. So we'll go with an Asu Amabayev decision. Prove me wrong, Jose Ochoa. And just for the record, like for picks and stuff, guys, like I don't ever want to, like, I don't want anyone to lose, obviously, and I'm just, you know, doing my best. I've been pretty good on some cards, but, yeah, I'll throw out also a couple of underdogs and stuff, because I think it's good to have, especially in MMA for, like, a fight night or a card, like, it's good to have multiple parlays going. You shouldn't always throw your money into just one thing. You should spread it out evenly, and that way, you know, maybe if you lose one, you win another one, and you don't end up losing a bunch of money. Anyways, we're going against Jose Ochoa. Prove me wrong. We move up the card. All right. We have Sharaputin Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Beirut. Woo! So last time out, Sharaputin got fraud checked by Michael Page. Michael Venom Page. Couldn't really touch him. It was a fun fight to some extent. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was fun seeing Putin get exposed to an extent, and yeah, that was his first loss in the UFC. Michael Venom usually fights at 170, but he fought at 185 to fight Putin. And Marc-Andre Beirut, the power bar, the French Canadien from my, well, I'm from Canada, so yeah, Marc-Andre Beirut beat Bruno Silva. I picked him in that fight. Bruno Silva, this was the end of his career. It was a battered and bruised Bruno Silva. For that, Beirut has losses to Dustin Stolfus, Joe Pfeiffer, and Chris Curtis. I think personally that Shar Magomedov will win this fight, but I don't know if it'll be as easy as some people think. I think it could go to a decision. I think Marc-Andre Beirut could win a round. I think he could hurt Shar Magomedov. I don't think of him as highly as I did after watching him fight MVP. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, maybe, I mean, I'm sure he'll get the nod because of where he is if it's a close decision, but I think Marc-Andre Beirut can perhaps, you know, do a little something here and there. I think overall, though, Shar will probably, I don't know. I think see a unanimous decision for Shar Magomedov. So we're going to go with a unanimous decision. For the bullet, we move up to the co-main event, guys. Let's go. Peter Yan is going, and he's ranked, is he the #1 contender? Yeah, okay, well, you know, it's okay. Marcus McGee, Peter Yan's fighting a little bit down in the rankings against Marcus McGee. No doubt that Marcus McGee is talented. This is the co-main event of UFC Abu Dhabi. What can I say, guys? Let's talk first about Peter Yan. Petter's coming off of, Peter. He's coming off of that win against Davison Figueiredo, where he won via unanimous decision. Impressive performance. Before that, beat Song Yadong. Impressive performance as well. And before that, he lost to Merab Dvalishvili. No shame in that. He lost a unanimous decision to him. To be fair, that was a crazy output from Merab. He just wouldn't stop shooting takedowns, and it was just a crazy gas tank performance from Merab. Before that, Petr Yan had that fight with Sean O'Malley, where, I mean, I personally think that I've watched that fight like back more times than I've watched a lot of fights, just to be sure. And I do think that Peter Yan wins that fight. I mean, yeah. Regardless, then he fights. Yeah, there was a 3-fight losing streak for Petr Yan. That second fight with Aljamain Sterling, I thought it was very close. I remember Dana White saying that he thought that Petr Yan won. I know that Aljamain had his back for a while, but yeah, I really like Petr Yan. He's one of my favorite fighters, I guess, in the UFC, in the bantamweight division. He's got great boxing. He's a very talented dude. His losses are fucking so close. Like, he could arguably be undefeated in the Merab. He could arguably only have one loss to Merab, and then that would be it. But regardless, he goes up against Marcus McGee. Marcus McGee has beat Jonathan Martinez his last time out. That was a good fight. Jonathan Martinez has shit fight IQ sometimes. He was really hurting Marcus McGee's legs, and he could have got him out of there. I was worried for Marcus McGee in that fight. Before that, he beat Gaston Bolanos, JP Buys, and Jorny Newson. This is just such a, I think Marcus McGee trains with Sean O'Malley. So maybe there's something there. I don't think so. I think that Petr Yan is going to outwork Marcus McGee. I think this will be, it'll just show levels to it. I just think that Petr Yan, he's just fought such better competition. I don't think Marcus McGee's a bad fighter. Like, he's undefeated. He's shown like levels to his game. Like, he's got good striking. He could take guys down, but like, I think against Petr Yan, that's not going to really work like that. So we're going to go with a Petr Yan unanimous decision over Marcus McGee. Maybe a finish, but I think it'll be a decision. We'll go with a Petr Yan decision over Marcus McGee. I think it'll be a fun fight. Now we get to the main event, guys. Let's go. We have René de Ridder versus Robert Whittaker, guys. I love me some Robert Whittaker. He is definitely one of the guys I first started watching in the UFC. His fights with Izzy, Yoel Romero, Guy's an absolute stud. Yeah, Renair de Ridder, champion in Championship 1, the Japanese MMA Federation. He has wins against Gerard Michart, Kevin Holland, Bo Nickel, and yeah, now he faces Robert Whittaker. I didn't have my YouTube channel when Renair started in the UFC. Obviously, I watched his first fight versus Gerard Michart. I was worried a little bit for Renair. He got caught a couple times in the first round until he dropped Gerard at the end of the first round, which gave him it. Kevin Holland, I predicted he would beat Kevin Holland by submission, which is exactly what he did. Now, in hindsight, I don't know why. For all of you who picked Bo Nickel, which is me, fucking shame on you. I don't know why he was so favorited. I don't know why I picked him in hindsight. Like, he got exposed. Like, he took it well afterwards, and I, like the way that he's acting, I guess. But, like, I should have known. Like, Renair de Ridder, he's a double champ. He's got a ton of experience. Bo Nickel's last fight was against Paul Craig. It went to a decision. I don't know. But Robert Whittaker is coming off that loss to Khamzat Chimaev where he got his jaw broken, his teeth. I think that was a workplace injury, so Dana White paid the favor. Rob's new teeth are thanks to the man himself, Dana. Before losing to Khamzat, Robert Whittaker beat Ikram Aliskerov. Before that, he beat Paulo Costa. I think the Ikram fight was a little last minute. I think Ikram stepped in. He was supposed to fight Khamzat, but there was an injury or he was sick. Before the Paulo Costa fight, obviously, I remember when Robert Whittaker was so favorited against Dricus du Plessis, and my friend threw some money on Robert Whittaker, and then I just watched Dricus, knock him out in the second round. But yeah, Robert Whittaker is very talented. He held the title. He has fights with Izzy, Marvin Vettori, Jared Cannonier. He's fought the who's who of his division over his years of being in the UFC. What a legend. I think that this will be a good fight. I know that Renair de Ridder is going to try and take Robert Whittaker down. Yeah, Renair de Ridder is a big guy. He's 6'4". He's good on the ground. I do worry a little bit, but I know that Robert Whittaker knows this is coming. And, Khamzat Chimaev is a different type of animal. He's the type of guy he's going to go all out and try and finish you in the first round. And if he can't do that sometimes, when he goes to a decision, it's close. Or he fights against Gilbert Burns, Kamaru Usman, went to a decision, and after he goes, all out in the first round, it's the output's a little less, and he gets a little bit more vulnerable. I think that Renair de Ridder might take Robert Whittaker down, but Rob will be able to get back up. Renair de Ridder, this is going to be a big test for him. If he beats Robert Whittaker, then that's pretty cool. It's a guy waiting in the wings to fight, I guess, maybe Dricus. So yeah, it's an interesting, that would be interesting. He's a double champ from another federation who hasn't lost in the UFC, but this is a tough test in Robert Whittaker. I'm more inclined to go with Robert Whittaker, so I'm going to go with Rob by, I think he might score a knockout. If Gerard Michart was able to hurt Renair de Ridder on the feet, Rob better be able at some point to do something. We're going to go with a third round Robert Whittaker knockout. I think he's going to be able to hurt Renair de Ridder. All right, guys. Those are our predictions for UFC Abu Dhabi, Renair de Ridder versus Robert Whittaker. I know I look a little worse for wear, guys, but we are back, and I'm going to be making videos. Thank you guys so much for 2,000 subscribers. This is only the beginning, and let's get it, guys. Basement Breakdown out.